Want to know what the best kitchen cabinet material is? In this video, we talk about MDF versus solid wood. That's coming right up.
Welcome to Home Buyers School, brought to you by Brookfield Residential.
Hi everyone, I'm Carl Ye and welcome to another Home Buyer School video, a channel where you get the latest strategies, tactics, and tips from home buying experts. And remember, if this is your first time on this channel and you want to get the latest strategies from the experts, hit the subscription button below, hit the little notification bell so you don't miss anything. So today I'm joined by Deborah Armstrong, Senior Interior Designer with Brookfield Residential. And the question we're going to answer today is, what should you use, MDF cabinet doors or solid wood cabinet doors? So I guess the first question is, what exactly is MDF?
MDF is a medium dense fiberboard. It's made out of real wood that's been ground down into little fibers and then molded back into a board using glues.
Yeah. And why would you use this type of fiberboard versus something else, like solid wood?
People use MDF a lot, especially when you're painting.
Yeah.
And that's very, very popular right now. We're seeing, whether there be all the cabinets or just the perimeter, and then the island being wood, being painted. What the advantage of it is, it gives a very, very smooth, grainless surface. And with real wood, you're usually joined pieces, whereas this can be molded. You can actually router out to get the shape.
Yeah.
And you're not going to get cracking in the paint.
And why would this be, I guess, better than plywood?
It's better because it's a lot smoother than plywood. Plywood's generally used when you're doing cabinetry if you're going to veneer over top of it. Veneer with either a laminate product or a veneer wood, rather than a solid wood door. Keep the cost down, but get the same look.
So is MDF actually more expensive than plywood?
Yes, it is.
It is.
It is, and very heavy.
Yeah.
So again, sometimes you might want to use a plywood if you're having very, very large cabinet doors, because it's much lighter.
Yeah.
It's cheaper
Yeah.
and lighter.
So could you have like somewhere where like the frame of the cabinet would be MDF and then the doors would be plywood?
You could.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most people don't use plywood though for the outer part of your door. It's usually veneered over top. Yeah.
Okay. So what would be the best material to use, I guess, in general for kitchen cabinets?
So for kitchen cabinets, you want to use an MDF if you're going to paint. You want to use a real wood if you want to stain. You cannot stain MDF.
So
there's no grain, it's not porous.
So it's just one color?
Yes.
Whatever.
You'd paint it.
Yeah.
Whatever color you want to have it painted. It's usually lacquered.
Yeah.
If you're buying cabinets from a cabinet supplier, they're usually done in a spray booth, beautiful finish on them. Whereas stain is a rubbed on.
Yeah.
It soaks into the grains and you get a totally different look between the two.
And how about maple? Like what's the appeal of maple, I guess, over MDF? Because I would think for MDF, I'd want to use MDF for everything unless it's cost prohibitive.
Again, you'd use maple if you want to stain.
Okay. Oh, okay.
For stain color and you want to see wood grain. Maple is a very hard wood.
Yeah.
It takes the stain okay. There's better woods like cherry or alder that will soak in a little bit better, but people like maple because it's a little harder.
Okay.
It's a little heavier door. It's going to have less dense scratches, etc.
And so for an MDF, obviously, in terms of durability, it's pretty durable.
It's very durable. The only thing you want to make sure is when you have an MDF board that it is completely sealed with the paint. If that paint is wearing off and you're starting to see the fiber board, you want to make sure you get it repainted. If it does get wet, it will swell. And there's nothing you can do once it's swollen because it gets down into the fibers and it just puffs up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that means, so you'd have to, so say that again, you'd have to reseal it every how many years would you have to do that?
Well, it's only on wear and tear. You may never have to do it, but if you've got a certain area where you're constantly wiping it and you've worn down that paint or that lacquer layer, you'll want to have that door completely repainted. You don't want any exposed MDF to water.
So do you have anything else to add in terms of MDF, plywood, maple, in terms of kitchen cabinets?
Not really. Just you just want to make sure that if you are going to paint the cabinets, that MDF is probably your best choice. You don't want to see the grain. You want a very smooth surface. But if you want to be able to stain it, make sure you use a good quality wood. Could be a solid wood cabinet or veneer.
Perfect. And the question of the day I have for you is, do you use MDF wood and what is your experience with it? Let us know in the comment section below. Thank you very much for joining us, and we'll catch you next time.
That's another edition of Homebuyer School. Tune in next time for more expert tips and tricks. And visit homebuyersschool.ca to bring you one step closer to finding your dream home. As with everything, it would be great if you like and share our videos. Also, please let us know if you have any home buying questions you want us to answer.